My name is John Esel, the acting managing director of Ghana Railway Company Limited. I've been the MD for the last almost 6 years. March this year will be my 6th year. Good. Railway has been around for 100 years. Way back in the 1940s, the railway came out with a blueprint to fashion out a way of training its workforce in-house. So they were looking around for places and how to organize the training. Unfortunately, the military handed over the Arakan Barracks. The Arakan Barracks is just close by in 1945 to the railway administration. Those days it was the railway and ports. So the training school started as such. From 1945 through 1981, the training was being held where the Arakan Barracks is, and which is still part of the Railway Training Institute. So those days, the training was limited to few departments. For example, the traffic department, we had training there. The civil engineering department, in terms of the permanent way, they were being trained there. And the signaling and telecommunication department also, they had their training at that facility. Then in the early 80s, that is 1980, 1981, Ghana Railway had embarked on the possibility of implementing the first World Bank project. And as part of the project, the railway envisaged that it was necessary that, since the railway was going to be revamped at that time, it was necessary to upgrade the training school to an institute. So part of the funds from the World Bank was used from 1984 to construct the Railway Central Training Institute. It was initially the Railway Training School, and now it was going to be Central Railway Training Institute with a wider scope of training. But before then, way back in 1978, the school the railway appointed a principal to head the training school, so that at least it gave the training school some form of semi-autonomous status. So the construction of the new structure started in 1984, and it was envisaged to be completed in 1986. Unfortunately, you know how construction, your plans might not necessarily be what will happen in reality. So the project finally came to fruition, completed somewhere in 1990, and 1991 we started organizing training school. Training some of our workforce at the Railway Central Training Institute, which is very close to our main workshop at Ketan near Escape. So this new training institute came up with a bigger agenda. We expanded the training to cover all the departments. We also organized tailor-made courses for outsiders. One is in relation to engineering. And then this was the case for a while. But money had always been the bane of the railway. So with time, as the operations went down, the training school started also to go down in terms of the number of courses that we were running there, and then the facilities also started to run down. In fact, it ran down to a stage where it was a sore state of its former glory. And that was the situation until the Ministry of Railway Development was established in 2017. And with that, the Honorable Minister, Honorable Yogate, realizing the potential that the training institute hold for the Ghana Railway itself and the railway industry at large, decided to invest so much in revamping the place. Now the revamping, the rehabilitation is over, and if you go there, you see a completely transformed institute, which is now being co-managed by the University of Mines and Technology (UMAT) of Takwa. So that is the genesis. And then just this year, January 15th or so, they've recruited, the first batch of students have been enrolled to do various engineering courses at the institute, at the tertiary level, degree, diploma, and so on. So far, that is how the training school has evolved from the early 40s as at now, where it enjoys tertiary status. When the ministry was established, the focus was to see to the rapid expansion of the railway network in Ghana. Now, Ghana Railway Company is only an agency under the ministry, and even a single agency, we had a training school. But you look at it in terms of the expanded railway that was going to come on, assuming we expand the railway to cover over 2,000 kilometers, for example, then you need a bigger workforce, a well-trained workforce to man the railway industry. It wouldn't be prudent to expand the railway network and then you go and bring outsiders who would have the technology or the know-how. So it was thought it wise that why don't we upgrade the training school? We can train the needed workforce to serve the expanded railway network in Ghana. So that is the thrust of the works that we embarked on.